Can you explain Ashe's passive? If her crits don't do extra damage, why build EA instead of more attack speed for the increased frost damage? I don't get the 110 modified damage portion on the wiki.
Okay. Well, you're missing a key function of it. You look at it here. The damage that the passive deals is increased by critical strike modifiers. So it's increased by crit chance and crit damage increase. So when you buy Infinity Edge, it like increases your frost shots damage a lot. So basically, when you auto for the first time and you didn't W them and you haven't autoed them before, you'll just do regular 100% AD, right? Like you'll just deal your AD as your damage. But then when you auto them the second time, or you W and then you auto, like if they're slowed at all by either of those, you deal your bonus damage. 110% flat. Once you start getting crit, you scale it higher. So you build AD and you build crit chance, and you know your flat damage goes up and the 110% goes up by quite a bit. So crit is in theory the best stat because it removes the RNG elements of crit and why it's like questionable in the first place. And you know, like in theory, crit could do more damage on a regular champ because you randomly crit more times than the Ashe does in average damage in like a specific scenario, but Ashe in general does really well with crit. Freak mentioned that Essence Reaver is a better Manamune than Ashe. Thoughts? I feel like you're making shit up here. Well, I mean, basically the trade-off is like Essence is obviously going to be a better item right when you buy it. And you know, it helps your poke, helps you get ultis, helps you get ease. It's a good item. I think it's way better than Bork. Bork is, it's not bad, but it's just bought like too generically. And we're seeing a lot of Essence switches, honestly. No one's doing Manamune, but we see a lot of Essence switches. But with Manamune, it's a pretty fucking lit item. Like, it's basically just free scaling, and that's basically all pro play is, right? It's just scaling. Like, you just trade. I mean, you know, you get 2 dragons, right? Ashe is really good at securing dragons. She doesn't really need that much more power early, because she, you know, controls a lane and shit. So if she gets any dragon at any point, then they could stall for Mirror Mana. And once she hits Mirror Mana, like, Mirror Mana is just a better item than like anything else you could have. She doesn't Giga proc it like you know, Ezreal or anything, but it's very good. Basically, Corki is another champion as well. He was one of the first, actually. Like, Manamune was generally only viable on Ezreal, but then Corki started building it, but he doesn't even proc it in any way. His ult is AoE, his E is AoE, his W is AoE, his Q is AoE. None of it proc Manamune, but he buys it and it's his core because it just scales so fucking well. Like, you do so much damage with it. And if Manamune is not viable on every champ, like, you need to be able to stack it outside of combat to truly like hit it at the right time. But it's cheap AD. The mana's good if you use mana, which, you know, Ashe does. Presence kind of covers for it, but even in pro games, like, you're not going to necessarily get all of your Presence of Mind stacks up. Like I said, Essence is fine. I think Manamune's better. Well, no, I feel like when people go Manamune, basically, a lot of times, they're doing it wrong. Like, I think if you go Manamune, you don't buy any other component for anything else. Like, you just buy Manamune components. You get Fairy Charm, you get Sapphire, you get Pickaxe, and then you complete Manamune as fast as possible. You do not buy boots. You do not buy daggers. You have to go straight towards Manamune, because then, if you don't do that, you're just delaying your Manamune and your Mirror Mana. You're just delaying your spike. It's like building Rod of Ages, but building other pieces before you finish Rod of Ages. It's like going Lost Chapter into Rod of Ages. Like, why. It's a scaling item that needs to scale as fast as possible to be the best item, right? Or, you know, not the best, but like as good as it can be. Like the faster you get it, the better. And the components aren't hard to get. Like they're very cheap. Sapphire, fucking pickaxe, fairy shard, fairy charm. You have to buy those. Like I was trying on Twitch going for tier 2 boots because I see some people doing it, like going boots and still going Manamune. They go like pickaxe maybe first buy, or maybe they get 1100 gold first buy and they just buy boots. Like it's realistically just so much worse. You just change your playstyle basically.